One. Alrighty, guys. We are officially live on the channel. Make sure you guys tune into the stream. Oh, man, I just screwed something up again. I forgot to... Oh, man. Mama stream's a little messed up, guys. 1 second. We got a few special guests here today, guys. We are officially live on the channel. Make sure. Alright, I can hear that. Oh, man, I just screwed something up. Alrighty, guys. So,
Yo, it's so behind.
So, all right. So we've got a few special guests today, guys. You got to make sure to talk to. We got Jacob, which is store weather. So we're gonna upload this on Twitter real quick. So we're gonna make a quick post. All right, guys. So
Yo, it's so behind.
Alrighty. Special guests today, guys.
All
You gotta
right.
make sure to talk to. We got Jacob.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
It's me, Sore Weather.
It's me, Wayne Weather.
Oh, man. There we go. All right, live is officially started, everybody. Make sure to tune in to the stream. We're just getting weather-wise pulled up here. Say hello, Jacob. Jacob?
What's up?
All right. Can you hear my mic on Snap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Officially started, everybody.
So,
All right, yo. What about me? You're not gonna introduce me?
Oh, yeah. So we've also got Matt on the stream. This guy's not a weather enthusiast, but he is on the stream. So he's a little bit not very understanding of the weather.
I'm trying to learn.
He's a little bit autistic.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, this is why we don't add these kids into these streams, guys.
I was just trying to learn about weather. Jacob's just making it like.
Yeah. All right.
No.
We've got Country Angel for life in the chat. Hello, Country Angel.
Sounds.
So we do have a tornado warning effect heading towards Inola and Chotu right now. There's a little bit of
It's
rotation on it.
Inola.
Not much, but it's definitely got the hook echo look to it heading towards these areas. So definitely be watching that. Make sure to tune in the stream, everybody. And we also got some big storms moving in through Joplin and Carthage. Look at velocities. We've got some very, very strong winds coming in those blues and the very tight blues over there. I am watching not really rotation with this storm. This storm does not really look like much of a tornado producer. That could change in the future though, but there's some very strong winds up to 70 miles an hour on velocity near Nashville. So yeah. All right, I can hear myself in someone's microphone. We've also got a weak storm, very weak, but heading towards Omaha currently. But yeah, there's tornado watches everywhere right now. A lot of storms ongoing that are all gonna move to the east and cause more threats to these areas. And then we've also got a line of storms over here that could become tornadic in the future. So yeah. All right, does anyone want to say anything?
How about the weather in Massachusetts?
Oh yeah, so the weather in Massachusetts right now, we've actually got a special weather statement for spotty freezing drizzle possible through tonight north of the Mass Pike in the higher elevation. Be alert for icy spots. That doesn't look like that's in Springfield exactly, but yeah. And let's actually, you know what we're going to do right now, guys? We're going to look in the future of the weather. We're going to see what Mass is going to be looking like in the future. So Massachusetts, maybe a little bit of isolated rain here on Sunday, not much. More of a rainstorm potentially on Thursday. And look at this. Look at the GFS showing a little bit of snow coming in here on Thursday next week. Very far out, though, to really come into details.
It's going to get real warm in New England next week, though. Maybe
Yeah,
some
it's about to
60s
get
or 70s.
warm. Yeah, these guys are New England weather guys. New England.
Yeah, I am.
Very
That doesn't know what's going
bipolar
on.
weather.
Yeah. Look at the GFS ensemble. We're gonna be getting some more big time.
Man, I don't
warm.
want no more snow.
Then it might it's showing a lot of coolness. We could see more snow on March 18th. Potentially. Can you hear yourself in this or no?
Yeah,
Like, is it loud enough?
yeah.
All right. Because Jacob sounds very quiet, but Matt sounds very loud.
They were
So,
Are you muted?
all right. So we do have another line. This line of storms moving through Lamar and Carthage right now that you do need to be watching. Some very strong winds heading in there. Definitely be heading indoors. Hello, you're here existing. Yes, hello. Oh, hello, Rain Maves. Thanks for tuning into the stream. He said you can test out your new phone camera as soon as a storm comes through here.
Hey, Rain Maves.
You could be packing.
I've seen
to
you
move,
for a
but
while.
I can't wait until tomorrow, I guess.
Rain Maves, I've seen you on his streams for like years now. You're a long-term fan. You're a real fan.
Yeah, he is very long-term fan.
I remember seeing him or them years ago. So
Yeah, definitely some storms out by KC. Not really much in Wisconsin, though. Wisconsin definitely very cold out there, Rain Waves. But if you're moving, then that's pretty cool.
What about St. Louis?
That's my neck of the woods, buddy. So, St. Louis. We got a slight
Hey, I'll
risk
get
of
no
severe
snow.
weather right now in St. Louis. 2% chance of tornadoes, but see the hatched. That means if it does happen, it could be potentially a strong tornado. So definitely should be watching that. But it's going to be a decaying line of storms once it reaches St. Louis, and it might not be very strong, but there is a risk for an isolated spin up and just some strong winds, but that's really about it, I'm thinking. If we do check the models, it does show an isolated strong storm moving through St. Louis around like 2 in the morning. We'll see about that. Mostly just winds. I feel like we're going to be definitely transitioning to a damaging wind threat across a lot of these areas. We still have this tornado warning. Apparently it's observed. So apparently we have a tornado on the ground, a confirmed tornado located near Oneta, heading towards Ainola and Chado.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, we've got a few chasers actually chasing this thing. Okay, that one's not is paused.
Yeah,
We got a streamer here, Michael
the
Craddock.
Tulsa storm.
Oh yeah, did you see that?
I definitely see
yeah,
that.
I connected last minute. Got notified. I ended up in
There's definitely a tight rotation couplet.
over the highway right up there.
Yeah.
It's fine. Man, just look at the light.
All right, bro.
Anything
So,
with food?
guys, my mom's in the stream.
Here, no, that's not on the line.
My mom's in the stream.
Everyone say hi.
Damage in Tulsa. but
Cook Teggy's my
What's
mom.
up?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so
let's see what this
new
is,
extended
guys.
tornado warning. It's
We're
radar
gonna
indicated, so
stop
I guess they
on
don't
you
think
right
it's on the
here.
ground anymore. But heading towards Chotu and Harmony Star currently. There is definitely a rotation couple. It's very weak, but it's heading towards the north. I know you should be getting to your safe spot right now.
No, not yet.
This is a live look at the camera over there. Look at that. You can't really see much because it's dark, but there's definitely a lot of lightning off in the distance on this camera. All right. We've got a lot of chasers migrating towards Springfield right now and ahead of these storms, it seems.
Yeah.
So, there definitely could be some big storms impacting Springfield in the future. Definitely got a lot of chasers out here.
Field, Nasser, Illinois.
A lot of these chasers are out in Kansas near Wichita right now for some reason. They're all heading toward the east, all the bigger chasers. There is the potential for 1 inch hail right now and 60 miles an hour winds in Leon and Rosalia and Douglas, Kansas. You said interesting setup in Missouri. Yeah, definitely interesting setup. Enhanced risk of severe weather in areas like Springfield and Kansas City. There's a 10% significant risk of tornadoes, so strong tornadoes are possible. But the risk is definitely on the more. I'm thinking there's not really going to be much of these discrete supercells, so it's going to be more of that linear type of aspect with embedded tornadoes is what I'm thinking more, especially for Springfield, Missouri in the future. There's not really any discrete supercells ahead of the line. Like it's a little more supercellular down in Oklahoma, but there's a lot more of a line of storms over here moving towards the east. So, yeah. Let's look back at this storm real quick. Okay, I am noticing the rotation's tightening up a little bit. The storm itself is if you do look at the storm, we're right next to the radar site, so the radar is a little contaminated. But we've definitely got a real supercell. We've got the hail core up here, and we've got it wrapping around. Look at that inflow pushing the storm, and we've got the hook setting up right there. Look at that hook. The hook's right there, and it's moving towards the north. So that's definitely the perfect look for a storm for a tornado. And look at that. Look at the updated scan. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a tornado on the ground with this thing. This thing's right around the radar site. We've got a very tight couplet. It's very tight. It's not extremely strong, but it's very, very tight to where I do think if there's a tornado, it's probably pretty weak, but it's right where that correlation is. So we do have a tornado. It's definitely right in that area, and straight towards Inola and Gregory right now. There's nothing on CC, so I'm not 100% that it would be doing damage. Like you would see basically a CC correlation coefficient. That basically, if you look at that, this is what it is. If you see blues on it, a blue circle, it'll mean there's debris being lofted in the air. But the velocities, if you look, the reds and the greens are going together. That is where we do see the inbound and outbound winds circulating. That's the potential tornado right there. So if you're in Inola or Gregory, right next to the radar site, this is right where the National Weather Service in Tulsa is located, then you definitely need to be getting to your safe spot. This thing is heading right towards the town of Inola right now. We'll see what the next scan looks like. It's very tight and very weak, so I'm not sure if this is 100% a tornado, but it's definitely got that look to it.
Yeah, and guys, you need to be careful because these are night tornadoes, and if you're in a warning, you need to take it seriously because you're not going to be able to see it, and it can come up real quick. So
yeah.
If you get under a warning, take it seriously. Get in your shelter and stay in shelter until it's said that it's safe to get out.
Yep, and that's definitely some good information from Soar Weather. You guys should subscribe to, or not, he doesn't really post on YouTube, but you should follow him on X, Soar Weather on X. He posts, if you live in the Northeast, and he posts updates for the Northeast quite a lot. So yeah, hello.
Thank you, Aaron.
Oh, Matt Ferraro says he's here. All right, look at the new update on the radar. Definitely, there's a lot of strong winds out of this, so this thing could easily wrap up. I do think it's got that real potential to wrap up and Bruce's tornado. Look at that hook echo. But it did weaken, so I don't think it's on the ground, but it's trying to do something here. It's definitely trying to really wrap up and produce tornado potential. All right, Soar, come on. Let's not put that in the chat. All right, so we've got this definite bow echo. I mean, this is a real echo. Look at that thing. I think there's potential this thing is producing 70 miles an hour winds through Lamar and Carthage. It's not got anything tornadic towards this. The storm over here near Carthage, north of Joplin. It's definitely heading in the vicinity towards Springfield, and it could change. It could become more tornadic. But look at those very strong winds ahead of this thing. Very, very strong winds. All right, now my sister's in the chat too. Very, very strong winds from this thing is currently occurring. We've got gusts nearing 70 miles an hour in areas like Oakton and Nashville currently that you should be paying attention to. So, oh my God. So, yeah. And then still these big storms. Let's check out Brandon Kopic's look. These aren't very developed storms at all. They're really right on that cold front. Not as much tornado potential with this right now. If they could wrap up a little more, but I'm wondering why all the chasers are over here and not over that direction. A little strange. Kansas City could get big storms in the future. I do think we've got this line of storms developing. It's very weak right now. If you look, we're right on the cold front. It's 66 degrees out of this, 46 degrees right behind this. So we're right along the cold front. A lot of more environmental capabilities here near Topeka, but there's definitely a lot of issues with this part of the thing. I'm a little weirded out by a 10% SIG tornado risk up here. Thinking more of a 5%, but if this thing can wrap up a little more, then we might see some embedded tornadoes across this line of storms as it heads towards the east throughout the overnight hours. So yeah, overnight threat like Soar Weather said. Definitely that potential. Oh my God. Okay. So
Make sure your windows are closed tonight.
yeah, definitely make sure of that. real information there from Matt Ferraro. You should keep your windows closed.
Make sure
tonight.
you subscribe to your windows are closed.
Yeah, if they're open, you might have a tornado come through, bring up anything, or even a flood in your house. All the
Yeah,
rain can
definitely
get in your
make sure
house.
of that.
Yeah, definitely good. You're moving out to the northern plains. Nice. That's awesome. All right. Very, very strong winds. Okay, they upgraded to 70 miles an hour, considerable winds. Expect considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Look at that near Lamar and Carthage. One second, real quick, everybody. I'm just gonna just send a few things real quick.
Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Matt87 Ferrero.
Matt, what do you think about that?
Matt, you're cooked.
All right, so we do have some 70 miles an hour winds. Let's keep this chat related to whether or not kids wanting to fight right now. Not a 21-year-old, not a 17-year-old wanting to fight as a 21-year-old. So, yeah. Keep this chat related to weather, guys. Especially you, Michael. Alrighty. So definitely some big storms rolling through areas. Look at this. Lamar, we're seeing on velocity, outbound winds, 70 miles an hour gusts as this thing head towards the east. This thing is heading towards the general vicinity of Springfield, Missouri in the future. We've got some big storms here starting to wrap up on the models. Heading towards Springfield, maybe even Lebanon areas in the future, Lake of the Ozarks, potentially. There are some storms kind of bringing down that energy. Some weak storms over here, but Kansas City could get this line in the future that could be tornadic. So Kansas City's in the tornado watch. They should definitely be paying attention. There's some definite tornado probabilities with this thing. All right, look at this thing. We got some real velocities. This thing is right around the radar side and ready for this thing to get more further away from the radar side. It's very contaminated on radar here. This storm near close to Broken Arrow, but heading towards Choteau and NOLA right now. Good thing is this thing's not on the ground, so NOLA will likely be fine, but the rotation is still definitely there. There's definitely a couple of rotation right there. Very contaminated, but I am watching it. So, and there's a hook echo as it heads north. So we're watching that thing. It could definitely wrap up and produce some tornado potential. I'm on the verge of tears. My cook chat, I live in Springfield. Oh my god. This chat. These storms are moving at a decent pace. Yeah, they're definitely moving pretty quickly, these storms. This one's moving at 40 miles an hour, and I bet the line of storms, the more strong, big storms like that are, like look at these more storms. So the supercells aren't moving as quick, the more tornadic stuff, but this big bow echo right here is moving at 50 miles an hour, moving northeast at 50 miles an hour. So these things are quick movers. And you said if you're cooked in Springfield, well, this thing's heading your way at 55 miles an hour pretty quickly. It's definitely, I'm noticing some weaknesses here. It's very weak over by Joplin, but we got some extremely strong winds up to 70 miles an hour on the northern side of this. So if this thing wraps up, it could definitely be, I'm not seeing tornado potential right now. This thing might end up being north. It's probably going to hit more northern areas up there, up here, but I'm definitely watching Springfield in the future. We're going to take a look at the models for Springfield real quick. Here we go. So we got Missouri. It shows this line moving north and kind of more reaching more northern areas north. Like, see this pace. It looks like it's heading straight for Springfield, but it's more heading in a northeast northeast pass, so it'll be more moving north, and it'll take longer for it to reach Springfield. But Springfield is currently in a tornado watch right now. Definitely some high, strong tornado probabilities. If it does roll through, we're not thinking supercells in Springfield, but if it does roll through, strong winds are the main threat, and isolated embedded tornadoes potentially within the line. And this shows it reaching Springfield areas around 11 p.m. It might be even earlier, but I think 11 p.m. would be a good time it reaches there. And it shows it very, very strong in the HRRR. Let's look at
Stop.
the instability. Look at those helicity tracks. We got some big time helicity tracks near Springfield, Missouri right now. For Springfield, Missouri on the models. There's definitely some environmental capabilities that aren't as good, but I'm definitely watching Springfield. You should definitely be paying attention, as if it does happen, then it could definitely be pretty severe there in Springfield, Missouri. So definitely be watching that. But it's not saying they're gonna get huge storms. They might not. I just definitely be watching there. Michael Rowe. Okay, so no one cares about your BMW. So basically, for your area, the hail threat, I would say, is a little bit more minimal. It's more minimalized. There's definitely a significant hail threat showing up on the models. These storms aren't really producing hail. They're producing hail, but it's very small. It's a line of storms. I'm noticing it's a little more scattered, but there's still potential this thing more scatters up and produces supercells. But the models are saying it turns into a big line of storms, and if that becomes the case, it wouldn't really be supercellular. It would just more produce wind speeds and embedded tornadoes with not really hail. So I think hail is a little bit on the lower side with this, more wind speeds, but it's definitely possible. But I think more on the wind speed side, less of hail. Oh my gosh, keep this chat related to weather, guys. All right. Matt's been real quiet. Yeah, Matt is definitely not talking. Neither any. I'm on a call with these guys right now. Look.
Oh, my fault. I can talk if you want. I thought you wanted me to stay muted. That's on
Yeah, you
me.
stay quiet, bro.
Look at this group chat, weather nerds. We got weather nerds right now. That's Matt. He takes a.
Guys,
This is
don't
the
mind
group
Matt.
chat call. Look at this, the group chat call. It's a
Matt-
picture of me
Matt
on.
doesn't know a whole lot of
It's a
weather.
picture of me. All right.
Matt doesn't know a whole lot about weather stuff.
All right. So I'm trying to get Matt on the screen, but it's not really working. But that's Matt right there.
Yeah, weather nerds are.
Grace, add me back on Snap.
Oh gosh.
I'm in.
All right, stick to weather, guys.
My fault.
Matt. All right, new extension of this warning. New extension of this warning. So we now have a tornado possible sign on this tag. I'm definitely noticing the northern part could get more hooks forming, but this is going to be north, like that northern track. It's going to be north of Springfield, but Springfield could get more storms in the future. But this thing's heading towards El Dorado Springs, Stockton, and potentially Boulevard in the future. And this is a real bow echo. Probably the strongest winds we've seen all day, in my opinion. It shows 70 miles an hour winds on this thing, but definitely some real probabilities here. We've got some very strong wind gusts right there. Look at that. And look at that, 60 miles an hour gusts on radar, up to 70 miles an hour gusts in Jasper. So definitely some very, very strong wind gusts that are currently occurring with this system right now. All right. Also, I did want to mention, we do have flash flood warnings in effect in areas like Broken Arrow and New Tulsa right now for between 1 and 2.5 inches of rain have fallen, and the expected rainfall rate is 0.5 to 1.5 inches per hour. We're also seeing more storms developed behind us, pretty close to Tulsa.
Wow.
And these are training over the same area, so we could see some flash flooding, so be careful there in Broken Bow. Okay, this storm warning is confirmed again, so we now have a confirmed tornado near NOLA. I hope NOLA wasn't. Look at that. Yep, on the ground. We got a CC near NOLA, so it wrapped up. Like I said, there was that potential. It wrapped up. We've got a real tornado on radar here. Look at that CC right there, really close to NOLA. We've got a tornado on the ground right there near near Mesa Road and Highlands Cemetery, and we've got a lot of houses potentially being impacted by this thing. The rotations are, I think it's a weak tornado. It's probably a weak tornado right now. The velocities aren't very strong, and there's not as much of a debris ball signature, but it's definitely causing that potential. And this is heading right towards Road 412, Dan P. Olms Memorial. Right there is this road, 412. If you're on 412 right now, get off the road right now as this tornado is right about across it. We've got that CC signature. This thing is on the ground right now as it heads towards the north. So if you're in Chow Tao, Enola, remain in your safe spot. McFarland, take shelter now. Oh my gosh.
Repeat, take shelter now.
Yeah, take shelter now. Like Matt says, get in the interior room on the lowest floor of sturdy building. If you don't have a basement, get right in your bathroom and really protect you. Maybe even get a helmet or something and protect you. So protect yourself there. But if a basement is more ideal. Basement is more ideal though. If you have a basement, make sure you're not in a mobile home. No mobile homes allowed. Get out of there and try to find a shelter. Let's look at this
You don't
chaser.
want to be in the attic.
So you can't see much on this chaser's camera, but wow, there's a big storm on this chaser's camera right now. I can't see any tornado, but look at that one. Look at that when the lightning flashes. This is a chaser pretty close to this tornado right now. Thanks.
Alright, we got a north route that we can skirt next
So
to
I
this.
don't think from his position you can really see the tornado.
It's this one, or you go
It's
down
probably
in
wrapped in
like
rain
a
from that
little
position.
gas station. Like right here, we can go down to this Phillips 66 and get on
But I'm
that.
definitely I'm gonna keep that up for now. So this is our storm. Big old supercell right here. Look at this wrapping up. We got a big hook echo. Look at that hook. This is like a real potentially tornadic storm with this system right now. Look at this thing. We got some real rotation with the greens and reds right now. Look at that. Oh my god, it tightened even more. So it's definitely a little bit more broader, but it's definitely stronger. Look at those outbound winds starting to strengthen there. Look at those winds. Really, those inbound and outbound winds starting to strengthen a lot. And this thing just crossed road 412. The CC's a little bit gone there, but it's likely still on the ground. So I do think this is a brief spin up. Likely, it's likely it's part of a supercell that could produce a massive tornado, but the velocities aren't too tight on this thing. So I'm thinking it's more of a weaker tornado, potentially maybe even. You can't really rate tornadoes right now, but probably around the EF1. So at least it's not a hugely strong tornado right now. But it's definitely causing damage, so take shelter immediately. It definitely caused damage already. There was a brief signature there near Chatao.
So the weather in Fortnite is looking pretty sunny.
Alright. Well, my bad, guys. I was just taking a slight little break. I was talking a lot. No, Matt is not sore weather. Sore weather is Jacob. Matt's not a weather enthusiast. Sore weather is.
I am now. What are you talking about?
Alright, we got a future weather enthusiast here, guys. Look at this, even tightened even more. This thing's likely getting, this thing might be getting strong. I'm not even kidding. With this supercell, it's got the real capabilities. It's not a spin up. This thing is a real supercell over here near Tatao right now. I don't know why this isn't going away. All right, there you go. Look at this. Look at this big old system right now, rotating significantly. We've got, look at that rotation couplet. That is extremely strong. I'm gonna put this guy's thing. This thing is you can't really see much on this guy's cam, but he's really close to the tornado. It's really hard to tell at nighttime. I bet this thing's wrapped in rain too. It's definitely a high precipitation supercell. I do want to mention there's a metal skill discussion because of this supercell threat with isolated tornadoes. So yeah. I do want to mention in Springfield, if these become more supercellular like they are right now, then it could produce that more of that tornado threat and more of that hail threat in Springfield. But the models are saying it turns into a squall line, so it's really hard to tell right now. But expect everything. Potential hail, I think, on the lower end. I think the highest threats right now are wind and embedded tornadoes in Springfield. But definitely some very strong winds if it ends up being like this. That's going to be pretty serious. Heading towards Stockton and Bolivar right now. Jericho Springs, very, very strong, tight winds. And I do notice when it gets more of that northerly track, if you do look at this, if it's like this, it's hard. But when it gets that northerly track like that, sometimes it can get these little kinks in the line and produce tornadoes. We are watching that. So if you're on Stockton, then I definitely will be paying attention to this for that definite real tornado potential. Jericho Springs, Newport, very, very strong winds, though, occurring with this. That is definitely the truth there. Okay, there we go. There's the CC on radar. For some reason, I've got storm tracks, but it's really not hitting much right now, but we have a little bit of a CC signature, so this thing is likely still on the ground doing good. I can't see anything on this guy's cam. I mean, look, there's 407 people doing this guy's cam on weather-wise. Taylor Woodall. But I can't see anything. It's all wrapped in rain right now, but it's very strong. It's crossing really close to them. It's a very tight couplet. This thing is likely still on the ground, and we've got even a hole in this. I'm thinking this thing is definitely strengthened, potentially. Maybe even a stronger tornado. Confirmed tornado still with this thing. Look at that.
My fault for the tornadoes.
You talked to her that state weather related. Airball. All right, observed tornado warning now extended here. Expires in 1 hour, so confirmed tornado located near Chautau. If you're in Chautau, Sportsman Acres, Salina, Pryor Creek, and Locust Grove right now in north eastern Oklahoma. Take shelter immediately if you're anywhere in this red box, as this tornado is moving towards the north currently, and it could potentially strengthen. It's got those real environmental capabilities to strengthen an even stronger tornado. It's a supercell. It's got a tight area of rotation currently, so we're definitely watching this thing, and it could cycle and lift and then come back again. So we're definitely watching this.
My fault.
Yeah. Oh no. He is not sending you money. He's broke. He's unemployed. I did want to mention Tornado Watch has now been extended. Areas like Kansas City are still under this. This is getting closer to areas like Columbia, Boonville. So this is including much of Missouri and Iowa, Davenport, Iowa City is all under this Tornado Watch now. A lot of these storms are very weak, but we are watching all these storms currently for tornadic potential. I do want to mention one thing that is absolutely wild. We have a severe thunderstorm warning right now in 33-degree weather. It's 33 degrees, guys. $30 can get. Oh my gosh, this is not funny. And then Onawa areas are also under a severe thunderstorm warning with 1-inch hail observed, by the way. This law enforcement recorded quarter-size hail. Look at this, Blanco. They're experiencing hail. It's 33 degrees. We're 1 degree away from the temperatures where you see like grapple and sleet, which kind of looks like hail, just a lot smaller. But this is real hail. in 33-degree weather right now currently. It is almost freezing here. Obviously, these are elevated storms, no tornado potential. You see how they look very elevated. They're elevated, so all they can produce is hail. There's no winds with this, no winds. No instability at all, but they can produce hail. Because there's so much shear out here that they can produce big storms and produce hail. All that shear. Big time hailers. We got a real hailer up here in 30-degree weather. I bet look at these storms up here with real instability. And if you look at precipitation depiction, it's literally showing sleet on radar. That is nuts. That is wild. All right, I did want to mention now we do have an extended severe thunderstorm warning close to areas like Miller and north of Mount Vernon, heading a little bit closer towards Springfield now. This thing, I did want to mention, this line starting to strengthen a little bit more and starting to tighten up into more of that line signature to it that could be heading to Springfield in the future. And we've got an extension to a warning for 60 miles an hour winds heading towards Greenfield and Everton and Miller now, just towards the west of Springfield. Look at this. Look at this storm. Look at this storm. This is a crazy supercell heading into Pryor Creek. Look at this thing. Look at that hook. Look at that inflow moving into the storm. This is right where our tornado is, right there. The chasers are missing out. I don't know what these chasers are doing. They're trying to get their way over, but they're very far away from this. Clearly they chased in the wrong area. Yeah, these storms have some very stable air and aren't producing much over around here. Maybe they thought there was going to be a tornado threat there. Yeah, let's look at velocities now. Okay, it's showing it a lot weaker, so maybe the tornado was lifted, but look at this storm. This is a very strong storm signature that could definitely cause a pretty big tornado in the future, so it could recycle. It might be recycling. All right.
Yo, what is the chat saying?
Yeah, let's keep this chat let's keep this chat family friendly like Nick A30, and let's keep this more towards weather, okay? This is
Yeah,
probably the
can you
craziest
please
stream
stop
I've ever had.
asking for Grace to add you back?
Also, this stream was
Yeah.
perfectly fine until all these shenanigans occurred. Gosh. Alright. Very strong storm still occurring. Look at this hook echo. Salina, Sportsman Acres, Locust Grove, and Chotao all need to be watching this. Yeah, we may have to time out one of these guys on the stream in the future. Oh my god. Yeah, weather rated only. I am noticing that this line of storms is weakening a little bit and could maybe we're noticing a little bit of potential for tornadoes in the future. There's nothing tornadic with this storm in Stockton, but very strong winds ahead of this in Greenfield and Stockton currently. 60 miles an hour around, and this thing is going to be gusting when it moves through these areas. It is already starting to strengthen a little more in Joplin and Carthage, too. Yeah, besides that, the weather has been a little bit calm. I do think it could ramp up again, but it's going a little bit in a calm phase right now, besides this huge supercell that we are seeing down here. Look at that. This thing is nuts, dude. Look at that hook. It's insane. But then the velocities, it's just like junk, like nothing. There's got to be some kind of environmental capability that's causing this thing not to produce tornado, because this radar would be like massive tornado, and it's not even that strong. Absolutely weird. Oh, hello, Seahawks fan.
Seahawks fan, what up?
Do you know this guy?
No.
Hello,
I'm a
Seahawks fan.
Patriots fan, though.
Thanks for tuning in the stream. Pryor Creek, if you're in this area, Pryor Creek, be taking shelter right now. This is a pretty populated town, Pryor Creek and Locust Grove and Salina in Oklahoma right now, but real tornado potential here that we are watching. Yeah, let's look at some of the models real quick. I want to look at the RFS, see what they show for St. Louis. Okay, it actually shows this storm moving north, and wow. Look at the RFS, show some real-time storms in St. Louis. I'm gonna take a look at the instability parameters. I felt keeping higher lapse rates, bud. He's keeping it to weather related. He's keeping the chat weather related. So if we do look at the Cape right now, this is Cape, basically the energy with the storms. So the Cape is definitely winding down. We're later into the night, none of that daytime heating, but we still got a decent amount of instability in these areas, and these storms are still really. Look at those lapse rates. Let's look at the lapse rates. So we've got some pretty high lapse rates in a lot of these areas. This is definitely fueled by those high lapse rates that we are seeing. Bulk shear, we've got some very high shear. You see why those storms were producing that severe weather up in Nebraska, up here in Nebraska? That is because it was 32 degrees, but there was so much shear is producing those hail up there. There's a lot of shear in the system that's really fueling these tornado potential. I did want to mention this thing is just not this storm. Very strong. Look at that hook right now as it heads towards Sportsman Acres. It has just crossed Mid-America Industrial Park Airport currently as it heads towards Salina and Sportsman Acres and Pryor Creek areas. Chautauqua looks like Chautauqua got not impacted by this, which is definitely good. I don't think it's on the ground right now, but it's definitely producing winds and it's definitely got a mesocyclone. Definitely, it could wrap up and produce tornado in the future. Alright, we're going to remove that chat there. Deleted the message. And I did want to mention, guys, these storms are not ahead of the cold front. There is potential some of these storms become strong, but we've not had any storms developing right here. Ottawa, Topeka, Kansas City, it's not developing at all. And this is ahead of the cold front. A lot of these storms right here are so weak because they're behind the cold front. So they're not producing much. They're just upscale. They're elevated and producing that hail damage. But if we look at the mellow-scale discussion, let's see what it mentions. If undercutting occurs, the overall severe threat is limited. It said, however, it remains to be seen whether deeper, strong convection across this region can remain rooted along/ahead of the front. The front's moving very quick, and the storms can't keep up with it. The front. So a lot of the cold front's kind of ahead of it. And if we can see these storms stay ahead of it, then the tornado threat could be very high, very high. But if it undercutting curves and it's behind it, then the severe threat is limited, and that's what's happening right now. It's very limited in these areas. So we're definitely watching that to see what it can do. But we're definitely watching this. They did also mention if these storms can really occur ahead of this, we could have large hail and potentially strong tornadoes in these areas if this really strengthens ahead of the cold front. So we're definitely watching that with especially these storms too, which are not staying very strong, but we're watching it over there. That's definitely an area I want to keep an eye on because the National Weather Service has got some big time warning with that. I'm not going to mod you just because you are not in my streams enough for me to mod you. I mod people that are always in my streams. So no, you cannot. I'm trying to. Sorry, guys. There we go. See, it was moving my camera. I had to hold out my hand. It's like it's for my webcam. All right.
Can we please keep the chat about weather sore?
Yeah.
Actually, every chat I've
The,
said
the
is
funny
about
thing, but before the stream, Sore Weather was the one telling Matt that he should be keeping this weather related and seriously be serious. And Sore
I mean-
was the one that ended up being the crazy one, and Matt ended up being the chill one.
Yo, bro, everything I've said is weather related, bro. I was talking
Yeah,
about how
let's look
sheer
up in
destroys a
chats here.
hurricane. Yeah,
Grace,
sheer destroys
can you
a
add me
hurricane.
back? Grace, I followed you on TikTok. Yeah, I don't know about that, buddy.
That was earlier.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. I'm watching this still. Rotation is very weak, but we've got some very strong winds with this thing. This thing could definitely wrap up. I'm really surprised that this thing is not strengthening in a big tornado, but that's a good thing. Prior Creek definitely still be taking their safe spot. I'll be cooked with this one. I think he'll be good, Michael Rowe.
Yeah, you're good.
It's not Michael, though. It's Mikey. He's also known as Row Mower. That's his brother's account, Row Mower. Or no, that's his. Yeah, he's just known. They're known as Row Mower. He's a tornado. Oh my god.
No, I actually caused a lot of tornadoes back in my day. No, just spinning at 360 with my arms out.
Yeah, but Matt, I definitely wouldn't mess with Michael. He was a football player, so.
A football player, those are my favorite ones to mess with.
Yeah. Wait, how much do you bench?
315.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You do not bench
You
315.
can ask sore weather.
How much do you bench, bro? I mean, how much you weigh?
165.
Bro, your
Yeah, if
bench
you weigh
press,
165. You
your
can't
bench press has nothing to do with your ability to fight.
All
I'm
of
gonna
your
be so for
Instagram
real.
posts are about
No, I'm gonna be
doing
so for real.
backflips and wrestling, bro.
I'm gonna be so for real. Your bench does not have any relation as to how well you fight.
Yeah. I just like to cause tornadoes when I stick out my arms and do 360s. Sometimes I
All right,
fly.
man.
All right, I had to turn off the desktop audio real quick because they're crazy. All right, Stockton, Greenfield areas. All right,
Buffalo OG.
70 miles an hour gusts currently, Stockton, Fairplay Boulevard. So,
Wait,
hey,
Aaron,
so
they
you're
can't
gonna
hear
need some real. If you want to be a weather YouTuber, do weather, then you got to be actually serious, buddy. Instead of making these jokes, this isn't good on your.
I know how to be serious. Matt
This isn't good good for this, buddy.
It's
All right,
my fault.
Yeah.
Wait, Aaron, can they hear
More
us?
people would
Yes,
watch
they
if
can
I
hear
made
you.
a couple
Oh,
jokes.
my bad.
All right, tornado winning now in effect still continues. Look at that hook echo. Let's see, velocities are very weak though, very weak. But they continue the tornado winning in effect for Selena and Hoot Owl. These are some weird names: Tip and Hoot Owl and String. Very weird town names here that we do have. Spavinaw and Ribbon. Very weird town names. My fault. Jeez. All right. I'll probably be ending this live stream pretty soon, but we're going to keep it live for a bit longer. I probably won't be live once these storms impact Michael Rowe and Springfield. But he can, I can update him if he needs it.
Thank you.
So, Sword, it seems like you don't know much about the weather, about severe weather.
I
Yeah,
actually know a lot about
Thor
it, buddy.
doesn't know
I just
anything
Then
about
how come
wasn't
you
weather.
really
haven't
paying
mentioned
attention to
anything
this
about it
threat.
once?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I haven't been paying attention to this one much.
Yeah.
I've been pretty focused on other stuff the past few days, like Grace.
Jacob, can you please stop talking about his sister? It gets to a point.
Craziest weather enthusiast I have met. All right, I do want to mention with this mellow scale discussion, the sorry. Oh yeah, this is what the SBC put out on their mellow scale discussion. So, in that area near Wichita, severe thunderstorm potential may increase as a cold front pushes into a very favorable environment. See that those storms are like right next to the front, right behind the front. If these storms can form right here, then they're in a very favorable environment. If they can form, sadly, I don't know if they're going to be strong. Not sadly, it's a good thing, but we don't know if they can be strong. But the probable peak intensity, 120 to 150 miles an hour winds, tornado-wise, and 65 to 80 miles an hour wind gusts, non-tornado related, and 1.5 to 2.5 inch hail over there near Wichita. So these storms could become very strong. I'm now understanding why these chasers are all lined up over here with nothing happening right now, but some stuff could really happen in the future.
Yeah, my fault.
It is all good. My fault.
They can't even hear me, Aaron.
They can't?
I think you muted the desktop, you said.
No, I unmuted it, buddy.
Oh,
and
my
I
fault for talking then.
I can make it louder if you want me to. Okay. Oh, hello, Chris. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Oh my god. This is horrible. This is horrible. Sorry. You need to get off my stream, dude.
Yo, walk in sore. Like, genuinely. I'm trying to learn about weather and you're being distracting as hell.
My fault.
Hello, Chris. Thanks for tuning into the stream. See, Chris is another weather enthusiast that you guys should subscribe to. Another one of my friends.
What's up, Chris?
Chris, you might have seen him on Twitter. He's sore weather.
Follow me. I'll follow you back. Don't worry.
All right, so some big storms rolling through Stockton and Greenfield. I think Chris was live, actually. I wasn't able to check it out, but I don't know. I think he was live earlier. Oh, he's got the, oh, yeah, he was live earlier. Oh, yeah, Chris was on a green screen. That's cool. No, his friend was, and he was on the stream. Yeah. Make sure to subscribe to Chris, guys. I'm still live. Yeah. Taking a quick break. All right, that's cool.
No, breaks are important for rest periods and stuff.
Hey, Chris, I'll tell you what though. These weather enthusiasts aren't. They're not really. They're not very maturity. They need some maturity. For these streams at least. Man, oh man. They cannot keep their act together. They need to get a grip.
I just pull you.
Especially sore weather.
Yeah. You're back live now. Awesome. Yeah, make sure to check out the stream, guys. All right, if you're in Salina, Prior Creek, String, Hoot Owl, you definitely need to be taking
I just
shelter.
pull. You don't.
The overall tornado risk is definitely starting to decrease, though. A lot of the rotation is decreasing with this storm. I am noticing there's a lot less inflow going to the storm. It's becoming more outflow dominant, so I think the tornado threat is starting to decrease with this tornado warning. Still stay in your safe spots. The tornado warning is still in effect. I do want to mention, though, that flash flooding threat's definitely pretty high over there near Broken Arrow. Look at that very heavy rainfall rolled through. We got 4 inches of rain here on the precipitation depiction. Oh, I didn't want to mention we've got another severe thunderstorm warning in effect here, heading towards Marshall, in pretty close to Boonville, pretty close to Mizzou, but Marshall and Fayette areas are under this. All right, God, dude. There we go. All right. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect, 60 miles an hour gusts with this system. If you are in Marshall and Fayette, Missouri, you need to be make sure you're indoors. No tornado threat with this, but definitely stay indoors.
Lock and soar.
He's recopying and repasting this, bro. Like, come on.
It's a love letter.
Kids these days, like back in my
Hey,
day.
Soar, you're being like very immature when I'm trying to learn about weather. Can you please stop? Thank you.
Yeah, I can teach you about weather if you want. I know a lot more than Aaron.
Okay.
Just kidding, guys. Aaron's pretty smart. But yeah, Matt, I could teach.
Guys, I do want to mention Soar's got a 2.5 GPA apparently, so no college for this
All
guy.
right, Aaron, bro,
Yo, he has a less than a
You're
2.5
leaking that, bro.
GPA.
You cannot be leaking that kind of information, man.
This is probably the lowest GPA for any weather enthusiast I've met.
Aaron, I'm gonna start leaking your private information now, bro.
Oh. All right. Keep this chat related to weather. Wow, the storm threat's very. I mean, like, this is very not a lot of weather ongoing currently. You had some like storm weather on your stream 6 months ago. Yeah, maybe it was him. I'm not sure.
Prior Creek's gotta watch out. Stay indoors.
Where?
Prior Creek.
He remembers Prior Creek over there. Yeah. It's definitely got past Prior Creek, so I think Prior Creek's fine now. But Prior Creek, you're all good. All good there in Prior.
I bet.
Yeah. All good, Prior.
I saw Prior was in the top warning, so.
Yeah, but looks like they're good now. Are you looking at your Apple Weather app?
No, I'm looking at your
Yo,
stream.
Chris, do you post on X?
They're reading his friend Jack.
Wait, Aaron, does Chris post on X?
I saw Prior was in the
Yeah,
top
he posts a lot of like sports stuff, but he does.
Wait, Chris, do we
post on
follow
X.
each other? Hold on, I might follow you. Hold on.
Keep it related to weather.
This is pretty related to weather. All right. Very weak storms out here. Look at these. These are behind the cold front. I don't think these storms have any
Yeah.
potential for severe. They're very weak, very elevated, and very just hail producers out in Council Grove near Topeka. But these storms are the ones we're mainly watching for tornadic potential. Out here, Yates Center, watching that
In
area.
Claremore.
What?
Claremore, that area.
Claremore.
Matt, you're
Oh, Claremore, Oklahoma. Yeah, you are right there. They're in a big storm, but not really severe.
Oh,
Just
no.
some heavy rain over there in Claremore, Oklahoma. See, Matt knows his stuff more than Soar right now. This is crazy. Never seen anything like this. I bet
No,
they're
I'm
gonna-
quite the enthusiast now.
There's still some very strong winds with the senior fair play. They might extend this warning towards Boulevard soon. Alrighty, sounds good. Thanks for tuning in, Chris. Alrighty, guys, we're probably going to end this stream now. What do you guys think? Should we end it?
Nah, they all want it to like keep going.
Who?
You know, like Jacob, Michael.
Oh my god, I'm actually so done. Oh my god. I just put him in timeout.
Ban him. Just block him or something.
I have 6 other accounts I can join your stream on, FYI.
6 other accounts?
Actually, I have more. I probably have like 10. I'm gonna be so for real.
Oh my gosh, I actually just timed out my sister.
Great. Sometimes I imagine a tornado crossing the miles between us, sweeping you off your feet and bringing you straight to me. But the truth is, Grace,
He's muted, guys. He's muted. He's muted. Alright. I didn't want to mention, guys, we do have an extension to the severe thunderstorm warning. So areas north of Springfield, Boulevard, Fair Grove, Hermitage are all under the severe thunderstorm warning for 60 miles an hour wind gusts. If you are in this yellow box, make sure you're getting indoors with some strong wind gusts, but no tornado over there.
fucking slow.
With this system.
All right.
I agree.
I'm muted.
Alrighty. Wow, pretty good viewers though. 7 viewers in this chat. Thank you guys. 5, I guess. It is what it is. It's so good. All right, you're unmuted now. But they heard some of the stuff you said. Alrighty.
No, but in all seriousness, guys, this does need to be taken seriously because nighttime tornadoes are particularly dangerous because they can actually come without warning, and a lot of people take warnings as false alarms, and they need to be taken seriously.
This guy's right, and this is probably the only weather-related thing he's ever mentioned, but he's right.
And,
It's common sense that he's saying, but he is right.
Yeah, he is right.
the lapse rates and the Cape is insane.
What?
I don't even know, but like the lapse rates and the Cape and like
Yeah.
the shear.
Guys, he's a little brainwashed by winter weather, and he's not up to the severe weather yet. It's a little too early in the season for him, I guess.
Yeah, guys, I'm from New England and I get a lot of winter weather, something Aaron doesn't ever get to experience.
Okay, I get winter. I get snow, bro. Come on. But I get it. You still have like two amounts of.
You get
2
about
feet
the
of
same
snow.
amount of snow as the size of you.
Oh, I didn't mention new extension, new tornado watch in effect. They did admire that there's a potential for strong storms ahead of this line. So new tornado watch in effect. If you're in Topeka, Olathe, and Ottawa, we now have a tornado watch in effect for those areas. Alrighty. Very weak period. I do think it'll ramp up again, but very weak period with storms right now. So we're probably gonna end up ending this live stream as the weather's calmed down.
Get out of
quite
the streets of Michigan.
a tad, but it's definitely gonna strengthen again. What'd you say?
And stay out of the streets of Detroit.
Aaron, are you gonna get hit?
What'd you say?
Stay out of the streets of O Block in Chicago.
Oh my God, get out of this stream, bro.
Yo, Jacob, bro, just get out.
Hey,
Guys, stay out the streets of Detroit.
but just in
You
all
might get
seriousness,
shot up.
guys, right before we end the stream, all these areas are in tornado watches. Stay whether we're in St. Louis overnight tonight. There could be an isolated bed tornado risk in St. Louis, more on the weaker side, but overnight threats. So definitely make sure you're heeding to those warnings and have your notifications on.
Yeah,
Kansas
guys,
City, be
tornadoes
weather
are really
aware.
dangerous.
Springfield, Missouri, be weather aware in the future, and Des Moines, be weather aware. Alrighty, we're in the
Beware of the weather.
Tornadoes aren't something to mess around with, guys. They're actually really serious. They can really
Be
harm
true
you.
to yourself.
Harm things.
Stay humble.
Yeah.
If you're in St. Louis, there's gonna be a giant tornado tonight.
Okay. Hey, but listen to that
Hey, guys.
heartwarming advice by Matt. Stay humble and stay cool, guys. Be nice.
So
to
we're
others,
blazing Matt
and
now.
Have a great day, everybody. Thanks
see
for
how
tuning in
it
the
is.
stream and
Have
stay
a
safe if you're in this
great day.
tornado watch. It was a fun stream.
Peace
A
out,
little bit of a crazy stream. Definitely not in the maturest of the streams, but it is.
Let me
alright.
get your
We had a
email,
fun
Grace.
time. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Yeah, the streets in New York City. All right.
Yo, Grace, add me back on Snap.
Remember, the streets are dangerous, especially in tornadoes. Stay safe, brother.
Yo, stay out the streets of Detroit.
Yep, stay on the streets of Detroit, guys.
Stay out the
All
streets
right.
of Chicago, especially around O Block. You might get shot up by King Von.
Oh my god. Alrighty, guys, this is not weather related. We're on to the stream now. If you're in these
From
areas,
King
stay safe.
Von.